Hi, and welcome to This Generation. I'm Bethany Stanley. This week we'll travel to Southeast Alaska and the native community of Metlakatla.
Turn it up!
Hi, and welcome to This Generation. I'm Bethany Stanley. This week we'll travel to Southeast Alaska and the native community of Metlakatla. Here we'll meet the youth of this region and discover what they're doing to plan for their future while preserving their culture and past. So stay tuned.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
Located near the southern tip of the Alaskan Southeast Panhandle is the beautiful coastal community of Metlakatla. It is located just 15 miles south of Ketchikan on the west side of a net island. The island is the only federally recognized Indian reservation in the state of Alaska, with the majority of its residents being Tsimshian people that migrated over 100 years ago from British Columbia. Metlakatla means saltwater channel passage, which describes the calm waters of Port Chester that surround the shores of the community. The main industries here are fishing and timber, but both have been severely cut back over the last decade. The local sawmill was closed down 3 years ago, and the statewide drop in salmon prices forced the town to shut down the cannery as well. An increased interest in tourism has expanded on the island, but concerns over outside commercialism has kept the growth slow-paced and completely local. With a population of nearly 1,500 residents, finding work has become difficult for all ages. This is especially true for the youth, who are just starting out with limited skills and experience in the workforce. Aside from the slowly depleted industries of fish and timber, the kids are left with a shortage of choices to start work and make a living in Metlakatla.
It'd be hard. It'd be hard.
Be pretty tough because you need to get recommendations, have some experience already.
There's really not that much. There's a lot of seasonal work, but not really like full-time jobs. Like, it'd be kind of hard to find work, but not really.
During the school year, yes. During the summer, it's pretty easy because the cannery goes all summer, and if you're old enough.
With such a huge need to help the youth find work, the Youth Opportunity Grant was placed in Metlakatla to help place kids in the workforce. Local coordinators hired by the YOG work to train youth in finding and keeping local jobs. These steps start with resumes and applications and continue all the way to placement in the workforce to gain job experience. This is crucial to allow the kids to gain skills and experience that will hopefully lead to full-time employment.
When they turn 14, they're going to get a learner's permit and they're going to sign up for the Youth Opportunity Program.
Kathy helped me get on the YOG program. I heard about it through a couple of my other classmates, and I didn't know what kind of program it was. I just knew it was a program that, it helps you find a job and stuff. And then it took me a couple months for them to find a job, and then I came here.
Tia is a success story of the Youth Opportunity Program, attending high school while going to work immediately in the local health center. She is interested in diet-related health issues and helping people in her community, but she is also looking down the road at her own dreams.
Nutrition, that really caught me. Nutrition and helping little kids and young adults and single moms and stuff.
Well, I knew it was important, but it's putting her in a career move where it's going to make her make a decision to stick with school now instead of put it off, and the fact now that she wants to become a dietitian.
And I want to be an RD, a registered dietitian, and that's what I'd like to do after I graduate.
I started training her in different things in the office so she could apply that to her training. And of course, she learned quicker than I did because I didn't have someone training me.
The program has helped Tia not only gain office and computer skills, but the confidence in herself and her own abilities.
It makes you feel good about yourself, helping somebody else, if you give them a booklet on dental care or something, it makes you feel better. You're helping somebody else, because I've been there.
I'm glad that the YOG program is in Metlakatla, and as far as what I understand, is really effective.
Tia agrees and believes in the program and its positive effects on finding work and job skills locally. Her advice to the youth considering the program is simple.
I would tell them to join because it's a good opportunity. It helps you socialize with other people. It helps you get job experience. And I wish I'd known about this program a long time ago. It makes me feel good. I like having a job.
When we come back, we'll meet a young man who is working at finding a career for his future while keeping in step with his native culture through dance. Stay tuned.
I wasn't going to school because I was making money stealing cars. Well, I was 10 when I first got involved with drugs. I skipped school because, nobody cared.
When I first got pregnant, school was not important to me, so I dropped out.
Well, if I don't finish school, then I can't go to college. That's the whole point of what I want to do with my life.
I still need to go to school to make it for myself.
I think I'm happier now. I know I'm happier now.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
All kids can choose not to start using drugs.
But some can't choose to stop. Drugs change what's in your head.
They take over your mind.
Make you do things that make no sense.
When it comes to drugs, you've got to use your brain.
Or drugs will use it for you.
Addiction is a brain disease. For information, visit stopdrugaddiction.org or call 1-800-729-6686.
Ronald Brendible is a local teen that spends his spare time with activities ranging from traditional dancing to learning office skills at the local YOG office. His reasons for joining the YOG were simple.
I needed the money. That's all. Just needed money. I filled out papers when it first started last year, and I did like couple-day jobs, worked with people, and then after I got out of school, I started, well, after all the seasonal fishing and everything was over, I started back up and started working again, and I was placed with housing improvement.
Besides finding local work, Charles has other plans that are quickly coming up in the near future.
Well, my number one plan is to go to culinary arts, and if I don't do that, I'd probably just go in for computer technician, be able to work on computers and stuff.
I'm really big on setting short-term goals to reach a long-term goal. I think it's very key that in anybody's life that you set a goal and you try to reach it, and it gives you direction in your life and makes you feel, gives you a sense of, you know, accomplishing something.
Because they give us all sorts of training and in like all sorts of different fields, and we could just get placed with anybody. Just ask them, and they pay us, so other people don't have to worry about paying us.
You know, we did do the job readiness skills and the career opportunities things for them. We've been able to use the youth enrichment program and get a few of them enrolled in the summer bridging program last year, and even sounds like a few of them are interested this year.
They give us stuff we need, like training in all sorts of different areas. There's people working for construction in like every different field. There's somebody there.
Hopefully set goals towards other things. They've been able to use that and maybe even do a little bit more search maybe about themselves and their careers and you know what direction they want to take.
I think it's really important. I'm glad it's here. I'm glad it's here for us because there's not much jobs in Metlakatla, so they give us the youth. I mean, little 14-year-olds are working. 13, 14-year-olds are able to get a job through YOG.
The Youth Opportunity Grant also works with young adults out of school that are still looking for work locally or even making the move to further their education off the island. The program is designed for youth up to 21 years old, and pushing career education past graduation is a strong focus as well.
They're helping me work on my GED right now, and after I get that done, I'm going to be applying for college for September, so they actually play a pretty big role in a lot of people's lives here.
I went to college for a quarter after I graduated high school, but I wasn't ready for it. I really didn't, you know, I wanted my free time, but I went and it didn't work out, so I ended up quitting. And I've always wanted to go back, and YOG's like helped me, you know, helped me set up my long-term and short-term goals and what I want to do. And it's like really like kind of putting my life together now.
You go through the YO program, it goes all the way down to what college do you want to go to? What do you want to go to school for? What do you want to be when you grow up? And these kids, I mean, some of the things would surprise you. It's not just your basic, I want to be a cop, I want to be a doctor, you know. There was one gal who wanted to be a forensic scientist.
Oh, it gave me a lot. And like right now, I'm getting ready to go to college in the fall through the YOG program at Alaska Pacific University, where I get like reduced tuition and stuff just because I am a YOG member. I think that's great too.
YOG's there to give you just a little bit of experience, so you'll know what you're doing, and you won't have to be self-explanatory when it comes down to getting the real job. They're just there to show you, you know, helping hand and work with you.
Things. They got more in depth because of this program. Their eyes were opened up to a lot of other occupations and opportunities. We've had kids that were able to go off to youth leadership conferences, and to see them come back and the skills they learn there and the leaders that they've become, it's amazing. What this program has done for these kids is just outstanding.
Like many communities in Alaska, Metlakatla has turned its eye on tourism to help boost the economy of the island. Only recently, in 1999, did any cruise ships enter the harbor to allow tour groups to visit the village and its rich heritage.
I'd like to welcome you to the Duncan Cottage Museum. This house was built in 1891. It's built totally of cedar.
Pat Beal is the head of the recently formed Department of Tourism in Metlakatla. The island was founded in 1887 by Reverend William Duncan and his Simpson followers. They moved to the island to escape conflict between their people and the existing government in British Columbia over land and tribal rights. His house, which is over 100 years old, is a popular tourist site and part of a tour that hires local youth in jobs ranging from tour guides to ceremonial dancing.
We put out a notice to the whole community hiring for tourism in different positions. Last year we worked with the YOG program, having students come in as assistants to the tour guides on the bus as a bus tour guide, and also on at the Duncan Cottage and over at their longhouse. And we train them. We start early in the season. We start in April, and this year we've been able to start training with the high school students after school. So their school day is really extended to 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right now we're just training because this is my first year doing it. And Pat Beal she gave us all the information and stuff, and so we have to study it, and we go there, and when the tourist comes in, then we give our presentation of the museum.
I'll be presenting the longhouse about, how the longhouses, where they're built and how big they are and what kind of wood they use. And the button rope blankets, I'll be telling them about them, where they come from, the colors.
The YOG program helped both girls train in a program that has led to them finding work in the growing tourism field here on the island. Both Katrina and Brooke plan to pursue a college education, but are also guaranteed a job in the summer when back from school.
It makes me feel really good because some people, like little kids, they don't know a lot, and I like teaching them like how our heritage goes and where we come from.
I plan on going to college in Juneau, and I'm gonna go for elementary education. I'm gonna be a teacher.
This opens the doors for students in our school district that are enrolled in the YOG program to train with us. We take them on board as tour guide assistants. So this summer, it's going to be a really unique experience in the way that Katrina Wellington and Brooke Dundas are going to have an assistant from the YOG program. Although they're just at the tail end of the YOG program themselves because they have the full-time summer jobs, they will be having assistants to train.
I'm an Indian dancer, so I've danced for 2 years with tourism, and I like telling other people about our history and where we come from.
Everybody!
Work skills aren't the only steps being taken to enrich the lives of the YOG teens. Coming up, we'll see how the program is mixing culture with hard work to reinforce the confidence with each person involved.
Hey, what's up? Not here right now. After the beep, you know what to do. Or if you're desperate, call me on my cell.
Kidding, right?
Sorry.
Your friends are out there, together having fun. And you are here, grounded, because you smoked weed and your parents found out. Lose your parents' trust, and you can kiss your social life goodbye.
This vehicle can take you to places no other vehicle can. To strange worlds and even stranger life forms. To the silicon landscapes of tomorrow's supercomputers. This incredible vehicle can take you as far as your ability and imagination will allow. But only if you don't bail out. So stay in school. This message was brought to you by the United States Air Force.
So, whose influence are you under?
Go under one thread, pull it until the beads are standing straight up next to each other, and you go up the inside bead, the second bead.
Besides training the youth for work and careers, YOG offers recreational programs after school to fill the empty spaces between classes and jobs. Cultural themes are strong among the youth, and native artwork is a popular hobby to learn.
I'm the beading instructor. I worked with the program last year, and I had maybe 15 girls last year.
We're only going to do red and white today?
Yeah. And then you go towards the thread. No. They pick up on it fast, faster than I did. You do one at a time after this. You take one bead, and you go towards.
The YOG has also combined forces with the local chapter of the Boys and Girls Club to create new forums that both entertain and educate the youth involved with both programs.
This is a whipping spoon. I don't mean spanking, I mean it's for whipping.
The collaboration began right before the YO program, before the funds were even guaranteed. They did a memorandum of agreement with the employment and training program with the YO program. A basic understanding that they would collaborate because we all work with the same kids. There's no way that the YO program has different kids than we have. They're all the same.
The Teen Center we approach on the fun side, the energetic, trying to get them motivated just to live life. And with the YOG side, we're trying to push towards bettering themselves so that they can survive after school or continue through school and get past school and then possibly go to a higher education.
Desmond King basically runs the Teen Center. They work together because they both have the same feelings towards kids and how they want them to end up. So they just have the same feelings on how they want us to act and what they want us to do.
I got to help out the Teen Center during the winter, so a lot of people were coming in because they were cold, but it was also fun because we were playing games and all that, watching TV, movies.
I have been actively participating with all the activities. We do dances, lock-ins, and fundraisers.
You learn a lot about all the people and all the kids when you get into the YOG program because you see a lot of the kids every single day, and everything you do usually has to do with most of the youth, the other youth in Metlakatla.
I work hands-on with a lot of teenagers and watching them go through this deal and everything. I've seen more than one kid that is personally affected.
A new and very popular activity for the YOG kids is ceremonial dancing, which is part of the YOG program designed to enrich their lives by supporting their culture and knowledge of the past.
The dancers that I have, from 10 to 15 kids, depends on the day, they enjoy it a lot. From just 4 days of practice that we've had, they've gone far. They did a really good job.
To me, it's basically just my culture. It's my family. It's my elders, my ancestors, you know, proud to be Native.
So it seems a lot of fun. And it should be really important because it's been going for a long time now.
Just knowing my history, knowing my culture, getting to know other people that are in the clan. It's wonderful.
The long hours of practice finally paid off when the YOG group performed for the first time ever at the Battle of the Clans at the local town hall.
dancer all my life. What I enjoy is showing off my culture and my heritage to different people. It means a lot, I think. It means that it feels like that I achieved something.
I was excited, yeah, because it was my first time dancing since I was a little boy.
Oh my gosh, there's all the cameras. I was hoping it would turn out great and that we did a really good job with everything.
The best it's done for me is probably got me more in touch with our culture.
You have to be proud to be who you are. When you dance, you just feel everything. You feel just so happy that you can represent your family, you can represent your culture by just dancing, by just singing. You can relive what so many people have done before.
The YOG program is designed to train youth for future work, but it has a far greater effect on its participants than just getting a job. Giving them the skills to find a career gives them the independence they need to grow as an adult, and by supporting their culture, education, and traditions, it ensures their success in becoming healthy individuals wherever they set their horizons.
It's helping me realize my job. It's helping me realize how important it is to have one.
YOG, it helps me a lot. It's like helping me earn money, but I get to learn as well though too, which is pretty good.
They get money for it and everything, but at the same time, we're trying to teach that there's more involved in life than just money, that you're getting something more out of it. You're getting pride, you're getting some discipline and organization into your life. And these will be our leaders of our community tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us this week for another episode of This Generation. Join us next week when we visit New Stuyahawk. Until then, I'm Bethany Stanley for This Generation. See you then.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.